Hello, hello. So this one's going to be a bit of a shorter video. No notes for this one. I just wanted to share a little thing that I made with you guys. I had posted a comment on a post by Tyler over at Generation 2434 the other day. He made his post in response to his previous video where he had said that the without the moadim, we wouldn't have been saved. And he was just clarifying that it wasn't the moadim that saved us, it was Jesus that saves us. But that the moadim were essentially part of God's plan. And so I had commented along the lines of, think of it as a timeline with pins in it. Like God had put these 7 pins inside of his timeline. I'm going to throw up a picture real quick here. And I'll put a link in the description so you guys can have a copy of this if you want it. But you'll see there that there's 2 lines. There's one line that's titled Time, and that starts at 3971 BC. That's when I believe creation was. And that goes forward. Below that, there is the plan that God made before he started time. And then you have the description of what the moadim are. The word moadim is a plural of the word moed, which is Hebrew for appointed time. And so the appointed times of God are called the 7 moadim. And he gave those to the Israelites after he gave them the law. You can find the details on those in Leviticus, I think Leviticus 23. There's a lot of heavy reading in there, but he does outline the procedures for honoring his appointments to them. He did not give them those appointments. He told them about the appointments so that they could honor them each year on the correct times. That when he is going to honor the appointments that he set in place on the timeline before he started time. It says that Jesus is the Lamb of God who was slain before the foundation of the world, and that was one of God's moedim. That was the Passover moed that was filled. Jesus fulfilled the first 4 moedim with his first coming, and that's Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, and the Feast of Weeks, or Shavuot, or Pentecost, as most of us know it. And the Passover, unleavened bread, and first fruits are all really close together. And then you count 7 Sabbaths, which is for us as a Saturday, 7 Sabbaths from the Sabbath that occurs during Passover week to the Festival of Weeks, to Shavuot. And you add a day. So that's why it's called Pentecost, because Pentecost means 50 days. And so it's the day after 49 days that you have that wheat harvest offering, basically. And that's how they were told, they were given procedures to honor those moedim. And they do those every year. They have been doing those every year in order to honor the moedim of God. Not their moedim, but God's moedim, God's appointments. The last 3 are going to be fulfilled at Jesus' second coming. Now, the first one is Feast of Trumpets. Then you have the Day of Atonement. Then you have the Feast of Tabernacles. I've talked about the Feast of Trumpets quite a bit. I do believe that that's when the rapture happens, or when the tribulation begins, or both, most likely both, because of the chaos that's going to ensue after the rapture. The Day of Atonement is going to be at the end of the tribulation period. And then the Feast of Tabernacles, the Sukkot is what that's called, is just a few days after the Day of Atonement, and it's a week-long period of time. For us, it will be the 1,000-year millennial kingdom. But that's going to be the prophetic, pre-planned, preordained fulfillment of those last 3 appointed times of God. And he set all of that up before he pushed the start button began time, before he created the world, before he created time and space, he already had his plan laid out. And so this is just a little timeline there. You'll see the little cloud and the lightning bolt, that it represents the time when he actually shared the moadim with the Israelites. That was about 2,500 and some change after the creation event. And then from that point forward, they were just they had that glimpse of what the moadim would be, and they were to honor that because God gave them that glimpse. He didn't give them the moadim, he shared the info about the moadim with them, and they've honored it ever since. So just wanted to give you guys a little picture, a visual aid for what the moadim are, how they were laid out, and just something to kind of look at and understand that God knows what he's going to do and knew what he was going to do before he even started the clock. So the rest in that, you guys have a great day. I'm going to make another video that I'll post tomorrow, and I will see you then. Maranatha.